Welcome to our Saturday beginner workout. This week we're going to be doing the upper lower core workout. So we're going to have 4 groups of 3 rounds for each group. So we're going to go 30 seconds, 10 seconds rest or transition time to the next exercise. Go through the 3 exercises, then start up at the top, do 3 rounds of that before we move on to group 2. So let's get going on our warm-up. So we're going to find a wall and do some lateral leg swings. So facing the wall, your leg's just going to swing back and forth like this. And switch legs. Good. Next one is going to be a Mogul Hop. So we're just going to hop side to side like this. So just nice little gentle hops. You can make them nice and tiny like I am, or you can make them a bit more exaggerated if you want to get your heart rate up a bit more. Great. Next one is bent knee rotation. So we're going to be on the ground. Have our shins parallel. Drop them to one side. You're going to hear your back probably go snap, crackle, pop. Contract your abs, pull back to the center. Drop to the opposite side. So up to center, drop. Up to center, drop. Up to center, drop. Good. One more. And relax. And we're going to get up. And if you have a stair available or a step, you're going to use it. And you're just going to step up and then to the opposite side like this. So if you have a set of stairs, you can just walk up them sideways and then walk back down them sideways as well. If you don't have stairs, you can always just go side to side like this. Just getting some lateral movement in there. Good job, everyone. Next one is arm circles. So just big arm circles. So we can start off small if you need to, if the shoulders are really tight, and then you can just enlarge them. Do your full range, whatever that may be. And we'll finish with a punch combo. So we're going to go jab, cross, hook. 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 Switch sides if you want. Jab, cross, hook. So I'm just slowly speeding up as I get the coordination down. Great job. All right, let's get right into it. So group 1 is our prone Y raises. So we're going to lie on the ground on our stomachs. Hands up like this in a Y position. Bring your thumbs up. Bring them back down. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Keep it up. Good. And relax. Next one is going to be a deadlift. So we're going to stand, feet shoulder width apart here, hinging at the hips. We're going to drop down, hands crawling down your shins, and then squeeze your glutes and hamstrings, lift up. So drop down, squeeze, lift up. Drop down, squeeze, lift up. When you're about to lift up, try and flex your abs or exhale so that you keep a nice flat back. So watching from the side, you see that my back stays nice and flat. I have to bend my knees just a little bit because my hamstrings are tight. And relax. And our third one is a fire hydrant. So we're going to be on the ground. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And we're going to lift our knee up to the side. So it's like You know, when a dog sees a fire hydrant and has to go pee. That's what we're doing there. So we'll focus on one side, and then let's switch to the opposite side. You can do this one of two ways, going one side, then the opposite, or you can just alternate. And relax. So let's get into round 2. So the prone Ys, I'll face the camera this time, so it might be a bit harder to see my hands. And up, back down, up, back down, up, back down. So really squeezing my shoulder blades as I do this, and trying to lift my thumbs up to the ceiling as high as I can. I'm also not letting my hands just drop to the ground on their own, so I'm controlling the movement up and I'm controlling the movement down. I'm not just letting them flop. And relax. Standing back up, we're going to go into a deadlift again. So round 2 of these. So crawling down our shins with our fingertips, squeezing, lift up. Crawl down, squeeze, lift up. So with your eye position, try not to look right down at your feet. Try not to look at the ceiling. More focus on the horizon or what's in front of you. For me, it's really easy right now. I can just look at the camera while I'm doing this. And that way, I keep a good back posture there. And relax. Onto the ground for our fire hydrants. Ready, and go. So lifting the knee, really squeezing the glute, holding that posture at the top as high as I can. Trying not to rotate through my hips. Good, and switching sides. So nothing's moving except the leg. That's the only thing that's moving with my body right now. And relax. Last round of prone Ys. I'll show you a side profile this time for the last one. So lying down, Y position, up, lift. If it was too easy doing reps, you want to make it a bit more challenging, you can just hold them up like I'm doing right now. Making sure you're squeezing, making sure you're staying in that top position. Try and keep your elbows straight. A lot of people cheat and start bending their elbows. 3, 2, 1, down. We'll get up for our deadlifts again. And I'll show you a side profile here. So hinging, let's get going. And standing. So hinging, squeeze the glutes, hamstrings, abs as you lift. Breathe out on the way up. That just keeps everything tight through your core, keeps your back nice and safe. As you notice, I have that little bit of knee bend as I come forward. Just lets me get a bit deeper safely. And relax. And we'll do the fire hydrants last round. So see how my hips are, or knees are right over top of my hips, hands are right underneath my shoulders, lifting. You see, I'm trying to lift straight up, like that. Camera's off a little bit, but when I'm doing it, switching sides, I'm really focused on lifting laterally. But you notice that my back's not rotating here. And relax. So that's group 1. So we'll move right into group 2. So crab walks are the first one here. So we're going to start in this posture, and then we're just going to walk ourselves back. I'll try and stay in the camera, and forward. Keeping our hips off the ground as we do this. Doesn't matter if you go fast or slow. and relax. Number 2 is a single leg deadlift. So I'll start with the chair here, because a lot of people have a hard time balancing. So chair's there, lifting the leg up, coming forward. So when I do this, I'm just using the chair to balance. Try not to use it to push off at all, switching sides. And I'm really trying to focus on keeping my chest pointing towards the ground, so I don't want to rotate here. Good. And we'll do plank jacks for our last one. So I'll start in a high plank for this one, for the first round. So high plank, jump out, jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out, jump in. Trying to keep my hips stable throughout, so I don't want them to bounce up and sink down too much. I want them to stay nice and stable. And I'm just going at my own pace here. So you may be going faster than I am. You may be going slower than I am. That's fine. Find what works for you. Good. So that's our 3 for group 2. So let's get back to crab walks. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Crab walk, keeping your butt off the ground. Again, you can go fast if you want. I'm just going nice and slow. It really doesn't matter. Doesn't make it any harder or easier on your speed. And relax. Single leg deadlifts, I'm going to show you without the chair this time from side profile. So side profile, hinging forward, coming back up. Hinging forward, coming back up. So what I can do here, if you have the balance, have your hands coming in front, and you should notice that your fingertips both reach towards the ground or end about the same towards the ground. Switching legs. If they do, then you know you're not rotating. So it's a good checkpoint. And relax. And we'll do plank jacks. This time, I'm going to do it from a low plank position, so from my forearms. You can do it from the high or low. From the low position, it's harder on your core, much harder on your core, but it's easier on your shoulders. So depending on what your weak point is, you may want to adjust accordingly. So, or like say you want to work your weak point, then maybe you want to be in the low plank position. If you want to work your shoulders a bit more, then maybe you want to be in the high plank position. And relax. So we'll go into round 3 of the crab walks. And go. If you find this tough on your hands, you can always go on your knuckles a bit. And I find that helps if you have a hard time with the wrist extension part of this exercise. And relax. Single leg deadlifts. So I'll show you a side profile with the chair this time. So hinging, coming up. Hinging, coming up. Hinge, come up. You notice at the bottom here, right there, my heel and my head are about parallel with each other. Switching sides. So that's the ultimate goal, is that your leg is straight, like mine, and you're drawing a straight line parallel to the ground. And relax. And we have one more round of plank jacks. This time I'll face the camera. I'll do it from a high plank position. So high plank, jumping out, jumping in, jumping out, jumping in. So it just looks like that from the front position. See, my legs are both jumping out just outside of my hands, so you can't see them when they jump in, but when they come out, you should see my feet. And I'm just going at my own pace here. For this one, it's just a consistent breathing. So you just have to find your rhythm and relax. So let's move on to group 3 now. So we're going to do a diamond push-up from a modified position. So modified meaning from our knees. We're going to make a diamond shape, so this type of shape with your hands. And then we're going to come down and push ourselves up. Come down, push ourselves up. So when we do this, chin should still be touching the mat or coming down close to it. And you should keep your hips stable. So you shouldn't see your hips sagging much at all. And relax. That one's going to be a fairly tough one. Lateral jumps are next. So all that we're going to do is jump side to side. So it's a bit more of an exaggerated Mogul Hop. So we're going to jump, then jump, jump, and jump. Try and land softly. Try and really jump as best as you can. This is going to really bring up your heart rate. So try your best. Work hard. We got a couple seconds left. And relax. And a dead bug, same side, is our last one of group 3. So for this one, bent knees, extend your right arm and right leg, come back to center, let's switch, back to center, switch, back to center. So left side, right side, left side, right side. Left side, right side. Find your pace. Try and get the coordination and rest. Good. So we got diamond push-ups for round 2. For some reason, if you feel like you can do a normal diamond push-up, I'll show you a couple. So from a feet position, you're like this. You drop down, press up like that. Drop down, press up like that. But for most of us, we're going to be from a modified position. So let's work from there. Keeping our core nice and tight. Good job, everyone. Keep tight. Make sure you're exhaling on the push-up. Good. And relax. So lateral jumps are next. If you can't do lateral jumps, then we're just going to do some steps to the side. So I'll show you what that looks like. So stepping to the side like this, stepping to the side like that. Step, 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 step. So back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Find your rhythm. Try and go nice and quick if you can, depending on how your heart rate and breathing's doing. And good. And we got our same side dead bugs again. It's back on our mat. This time I'll show you a bit of a harder way. So we're going to extend our legs fully. You can keep your knees bent if this is too advanced. Drop down with the right, drop down with the left. Down with the right, down with the left, down with the right, down with the left. Keep it up. Find your pace, find your rhythm. Really try and push your spine into the mat while you're doing this. Keeps your core braced. Good. So let's go into round 3 of the modified diamond push-ups. So getting ready and go. Drop down, press up. Drop down, press up. Drop down, press up. Good. If you're finding this getting really hard on your triceps, you can separate your hands a little bit more. It'll make it a bit easier on you. Good. last one. Back up to lateral jumps, or you can do that side shuffle that I did in round 2. So lateral jumps, let's go. So hop, or jump, jump. Gather yourself each time. If you need a little bit of a break, take it. Everyone has their own pace. You don't have to keep up with me. And especially if I'm going too slow, then don't slow down just because of me. If you can go faster, then do so. And relax. Last round of same side dead bugs. So we can either do the bent knee version or the straight knee version. I'm going to go back to the bent knee. So let's start with the right, then go to the left. Right, then left. While I'm doing this, I'm really focused on pushing my spine into the mat the whole time, especially as I extend. So as I extend, a lot of people will notice their back arching. And when that happens, they're not keeping their core engaged. And relax. Great job, everyone. So we're going to go into round 3 now. So it's a modified typewriter push-up. So basically we're going to drop to one side, then drop to the other. So from our knees, we can just drop to one side, come up, drop to the other, come up, back and forth like this. Same rules apply with all push-ups. You gotta keep your core nice and tight, especially as you press up. Don't let your hips sag. Good, and relax. Bulgarian hops are next, so I'm just gonna use my chair to keep my one foot up. And all that we're gonna do is just slight hop. So you're just gonna do a slight hop like that. Keep my balance, switching legs. So just a little bunny hop, not getting very high off the ground. It's just that dynamic movement. Oh, lost my balance. And relax. And then the last one's a side plank opener. So we're going to be from a side plank with our knees on the ground like this. We're going to close up, then open. Close up, then open. So lift your hips up, but we're going to go from the knees and finish your rep and switch sides. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open. Good. It's round 2 of the typewriter push-ups. I'll show you a couple from standard position, so just in case you can do that. So get into your push-up position, drop down to the one side, drop down. All right, so most people will be modified so it'll look like this from the side profile. Dropping to my right, dropping to my left, dropping to my right, dropping to my left. Back and forth like this. Take breaks as you need to. Go at your own pace and relax. So if Bulgarian hops are too hard or you don't have a chair available, then we can just do a single leg hop. So we're just going to keep one leg elevated and we're just going to hop like this. Hop. Hop. And so really just focus on a nice soft landing, catch your balance, and then repeat. And let's switch. Hop. 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 And hop. Good job. All right, side plank opener. So I'll show you. You can do it from your knees, or the next level would be doing it from your feet. So from your feet, on your elbows, open, close. So close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Let's switch sides. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, and we're good. So round 3, group 4, so our last round. We'll start with a modified typewriter push-up. Last round of push-ups. Let's get going. So drop into the right, drop into the left, drop into the right, drop into the left, drop into the right, drop into the left, finding my own pace, an own rhythm that works for me, may not work for you. Keep it up and relax. Let's get up. I'm going to do the Bulgarian hops with the chair again. If you don't have the chair, you can do the single leg ones instead. So foot up on the chair, hopping, landing. So I'm landing nice and quietly, going at my own pace here. This one burns the legs pretty quickly, switching legs if you haven't already. Good. And we got the side plank openers for our last exercise. I'm going to do this for my knees again. So forearm, lift the hips, close, open, close, open, close, open. Good job. Find your pace, switching sides. Few seconds left. Get those last few reps in, and we're done. All right. So we'll quickly transition into our cool down. So we'll start with a groin stretch. So standing up, big split stance, drop to one side, staying nice and upright. Actually, I'll move a bit closer here. And switch to the other side. Really work on your breathing here. Let's return it back down to normal. Hip flexor stretch. So on the mat, half kneel position, lean forward, lift your arm up. So if my left leg is back, my left arm is up. And switching sides. So half kneel, leaning forward. Right arm is up now because my right leg is back. Good. T-spine rotation, so lying on our backs. In T position, bend our right knee, come over top, grab with our left hand, look towards our right shoulder. Unwind, left knee bent, over top, grab with your right hand, look towards your left shoulder. And relax. Piriformis stretch, so lying on our backs, right ankle over the left knee, grab it underneath the left leg, pull towards. Left knee or left ankle over right knee, grab underneath the right leg, pull towards you. Tricep stretches next. So grabbing your one elbow, pull it in, feel the stretch down through your upper arm. And switch. And last one, a neck stretch. So just grab the side of your head, pull it towards your shoulder, and drive that opposite arm down just so you can feel the stretch through the side of your neck. So be gentle on yourself here. It shouldn't be too aggressive. And switching sides. So same thing. Drive that arm towards the ground on the opposite side. And we're done. Great job, everyone, on another beginner workout. The upper lower core is definitely the hard one at the beginners, so way to power through it. If you enjoyed it, make sure you check out our other classes. So Dave teaches the Tuesday beginner class, and Justin does the Thursday one. And obviously, we have all sorts of other classes throughout the weeks. And remember, if you missed them, you can always check them out later on Facebook or on our YouTube page. Cheers.